This is the Pursuit of Wellness podcast, and I'm your host, Mari Llewellyn. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the show. If you heard that screenshot, it's because Greg is on his phone.
I'm a big screenshot guy.
Put your phone down.
Like, if you're going to text a friend, like, something that someone said, you just send a screenshot, right? Or no, your friends probably send voice messages, sorry.
Yeah, but the biggest thing about sending screenshots is, like, what if you accidentally sent it to the person that you took the screenshot of?
That happens to me 1 out of 10 times.
I feel like you would do that.
Thank God. That's how I know there's a God, because iMessage made it so that I can do unsend now.
I've done a really bad one once where I said, oh my God, I can't believe how expensive she is. And I sent it to the person that was...
the service provider.
Yes. Oh my God, that was awful.
I mean, she probably knew how expensive she was.
Anyway, we just jump right in, guys. Apologies if I look like I have a resting bitch face in this episode, because I've been talking the whole day. Like, I think I did 24 ad reads. I've done 3 interviews. I've had 2 different guests here. You're honestly the last one of the day, and my face hurts.
I'm dessert, baby.
I'm like massaging my jaw right now because I just can't, but I'm so happy to have you here.
Have you ever had a massage where they do a little face massage at the end?
Buccal?
Is that what?
Buccal's when they go like this.
No, I don't know. I've never had a masseuse go into my mouth.
Oh, okay.
But
we
have had a massage go into our butt in Chinatown.
Let's skip that.
New York. That was crazy.
Let's skip that story for today. Unless you're like needing someone to hear you out.
I'm just like on like a lifelong search for the perfect masseuse.
Okay.
You know?
But I don't let people touch my face, especially after they were dabbling in oils. Acne girls will get it. Like, you don't want people touching your face, you know?
I started the last episode with this. Skip, go.
What do you think of the studio?
Oh, it's crazy. I mean, I saw it come together piece by piece. I peek in here every day. We're in the Austin-based Pursuit of Wellness studio. It looks incredible. I think a podcast studio, I kind of like a smaller room.
Yeah, same. We prefer it. I feel like the sound is better. It's a bit cozier.
And what I felt like was very important, which you probably haven't even checked because you're obviously in here, is I stood outside. You know, because we're in a full headquarters right now for a business. Yeah, but you were probably doing episodes earlier, and I was walking by, like I couldn't hear anything, which is nice.
Yeah,
soundproofing's tough, guys. Sounds simple, but it's tough. I mean, you should see this door on this room. It's like a thick, foamed out door.
You know, Joe Rogan's been in this room.
Shout out to Joey R.
He doesn't know who I am.
I saw him at the cafe up the street this weekend.
Insane. Joe Rogan's wife works out here too. I mean, we probably shouldn't blow up this spot. Honestly, they're private people. So do you know why you're here today?
No.
To give relationship advice.
Let's call it relationship insights.
Okay, why?
I don't know if I'm worthy to give advice.
I would say we've been together for over 10 years. Actually, as of this...
We're creeping up on a decade.
As of this October 31st, it will be 10 years together. And then as of December 1st, it will be 3 years married.
Yeah, but together is really... But I feel like that's the thing that we count the most.
Well, no, we're supposed to count the marriage now. That's how it works. But like, both are cool. What are you going to get me? A painting?
Generally, I'm not a huge like...
If you want, we could consider the painting a gift. Guys, I found this painting in Jackson Hole. I went into this gallery and I saw this painting of 2 horses and literally had tears in my eyes. And I said, Greg, I need that piece. And he said, no, that price tag is not okay. I went back to the gallery 5 times. Haven't stopped thinking about the painting. Guess what? We're getting the painting. Right, babe? It fits the house perfect. It goes in that hallway spot perfect.
We'll be in ramen noodles for a couple weeks, but we got the painting.
I'm spending all of our money on this piece. Yeah, it's like the first investment I've made into art, probably.
That's one, you see, the way she just phrased that is how they trick you into justifying expensive art. She just said investing in art. That's like me saying I'm investing into cars.
It's because I see the vision of this artist, but honestly, like, I don't want to sell this piece. It means a lot to me.
Right, so then you can't think of it, whatever.
You say that.
I think it's a really pretty piece. I just think like, don't play yourself.
You're the one telling me to buy Chanel bags because they're an investment.
No, that's not what happened. Let me be very clear about what happened. We were in the Chanel store. There was 2 options. The more expensive option I could prove held its value better. Therefore, I said, get the more expensive one that's going to hold its value. Don't get the one that's just trendy for this season.
Period.
Right? So you got to think, you got to have a strategy.
Greg is essentially telling you guys to go buy Chanel bags.
That's not even close to
or maybe he's even offering to buy you guys Chanel bags.
You know what? Pal giveaway.
If you subscribe to the show right now, Greg will send you a Chanel bag.
That's crazy.
That's a crazy giveaway.
All right. Do we have like an itinerary today?
Okay. Yeah. There's a reason we're here. Fee is going to play us some audio messages from the audience and we're going to give some advice. You look like you're so distracted.
I get really overwhelmed the day before a trip.
Yeah.
Do you? Like, I feel like I have, like, I'm putting like things in my calendar, like, make sure I don't. It's 2 weeks.
I know.
It's 2 weeks. I have to pack supplements. I have to pack my, like, I don't even know what the weather is over there.
I'm really overwhelmed. I'm really overwhelmed. And I have to go ride a horse after this.
Like, do you think we'll wear a bathing suit almost every day?
Yes. Yes.
That's crazy.
You like live in bathing suits.
I know.
And also you do this every time where you say you're stressed and you wear one outfit. Actually, no, you got to bring fits.
I know.
You got to bring like Italy dinner, like show up, show out, Greg LaVecchia feats. Just stod guy feats. Do you need help?
No.
I'll help.
But I should pack more bathing suits. I packed 2.
That is so not even close to enough.
Yeah.
I packed like 10.
Yeah, but like a woman's bikini is like almost like a whole fit. Like a guy could kind of wear like a white bathing suit a few days.
You have such nice bathing suits. Why don't you bring them?
I'll bring them. I guess they don't take a lot of suitcase space.
I also feel like we'll shop a little bit.
How do I bring Bloom Energy? Needless to say, Bloom Energy is not in Italy.
I don't think you can.
I am.
No pun intended.
I'm putting it into my checked luggage.
It's going to explode.
I'm going to Ziploc it the hell up.
You're going to create an explosion and endanger the lives of others.
That's not even a funny joke. Edit that out. But I'm bringing 4 cans, one of each flavor of Bloom Energy to Italy. And I will be having an affogato with a cherry lime.
Affogato.
Yeah.
An aperitif.
Yeah.
Before we hop into this advice, do you have any updates? Like Bloom updates, things you want the audience to know?
Bloom's out of control. It's out of control. I don't know if you guys have ever rode a Razor scooter down a steep hill and the front wheel completely starts shaking violently. It's called the speed wobbles. Where I was texting our buddy Andrew Spalter about this earlier. I thought it was called the death wobbles. Apparently in different states they call it different things. The speed wobbles. You lose control downhill. Imagine Bloom's in that state right now, but I'm about to recover it and skirt off the hill. I'm not about to fall off the Razor scooter.
Is something wrong?
No, it's just Greens is launching regionally in Costco. The energy drink is the hottest thing that's ever touched Target shelf. Colostrum's restocking on Amazon. It's about to go into Sam's Club and Target. Like, there's so many different things going on.
Good time for a Europe trip.
No, horrible time for a Europe trip. The time zone is ridiculous. I'm going to be up at like 5 a.m. Actually, I'm going to be... Their morning is our dinner time, which is kind of lame and kind of difficult to work around. But... we'll figure it out.
Unfortunately, the entire business is reliant on you. So,
no, that's not true. We have an incredible team, but I'm part of the machine.
Okay. Would you have any questions for me?
Any updates on your end?
The podcast is thriving. We were number 3 on the health and fitness charts, number 1 on mental health, number 55 of all time. So the Power Girls are out here listening and slaying.
That's awesome.
That's my update.
I'm gonna be just last thing I'll say about Bloom. Everyone I know who's traveling is getting sick right now in Austin. I've been slamming this colostrum. I haven't even coughed. I don't even remember what a cough feels like.
That's good. I'm gonna miss Arnold the most.
What do you think of our samples earlier?
You're very good.
Yeah, right. I'm saying those to Walmart.
Arnold's gonna miss me so much.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
I took him to Zilker Park today, so I had so much fun. He got bullied the other day really bad. He got ganged up on by a bunch of big dogs and I had to embarrass him and pick him up. He was like, oh. Okay, Fee, roll the tape. Let's hear some questions. When it comes to nutrition, I'm always looking for healthy, sweet things to incorporate in my diet to make things a little more fun. And that's where I found my Manakura honey. Guys, it is so delicious. It's rich, creamy, and has a complex flavor. Plus, honey has amazing benefits. Manakura honey is ethically produced by Manakura's master beekeepers in the remote forests of New Zealand. It contains powerful nutrients to support immunity and gut health. The bees collect the nectar from the Manuka tree in New Zealand. The nectar is packed with bioactives, and the honey that is produced has 3 times more antioxidants and prebiotics than your average honey. You guys know I've been in my sourdough era lately. I love making sourdough, and I feel like a little butter and honey is the perfect thing to top it with. And I love the fact that I can use honey. Honey is also something that I incorporated during my healing journey with my skin because it has antibacterial properties. A special antibacterial compound called MGO also comes from the nectar of the tea tree. Manukura third-party tests every single harvest for MGO and makes these results available through their QR system. It's such a game changer. All you need is 1 heaped teaspoon each morning to get the most out of the bioactives in Manuka. Now it's easier than ever to try Manukura honey. Head to manukura.com/pow to get $25 off the starter kit, which comes with an MGO 850 plus Manuka honey jar, 5 honey travel sticks, a wooden spoon, and a guidebook. That's Manukura, manukora.com/pow for $25 off your starter kit. As you guys know, Dr. Mark Hyman recently came on the show. He is such a wealth of knowledge. I absolutely love that episode, and I'm such a fan of what he's doing with Function Health. Function Health is comprehensive testing with personalized insights from top doctors, co-founded by Dr. Mark Hyman, with 100 plus lab tests that test biological age, which can show you whether your body is actually older or younger than your actual age, which is pretty cool, Alzheimer's, stress and aging, cancer detection, autoimmune, and more. The platform will help you schedule lab tests, instantly schedule your 100 plus lab tests with a leading provider lab that has over 2,000 locations. And you get results that include insights derived from top doctors and thousands of hours of research with your detailed written clinician summary and phone calls for any critical results. This detailed attention ensures you're not just collecting data, but also gaining actionable insights to take charge of your health. This is so important. I have done a lot of lab testing over the years, and the one thing I have to say is it's really difficult to try to dissect results yourself. You really need a professional to be giving you advice. Take action, test again, and then test every few months to watch your health progress over time. It's the perfect way of knowing where you're starting and having an end goal. If you haven't yet, go back and listen to episode 106 where Dr. Hyman came on the show and we discussed function, the truth behind metformin, gut health, PCOS, fertility issues, hormone health, Ozempic, and so much more. Function Health is now FSA and HSA eligible, transparent pricing, and comprehensive testing. It's time you own your health. To join Function Health, go to functionhealth.com/pow and use code POW100 to skip the waitlist. This is available to up to 1,000 listeners, so I highly recommend you hop on it now.
Hey guys, I love your podcast and I love that you're focusing on relationships. I know that in life and in marriage, it really is all about the little things. So my question is, what are some everyday things that you guys do to stay connected and to make each other feel loved?
Thanks for the question. We love hearing from you guys. Your accent's very cute. Little things we do every day. I have some thoughts. We always kiss each other goodbye when we leave and say, I'm leaving, have a good day. Verbal affirmations. I always ask for hugs. Having dinner together most of the time. We go to bed at the same time. We watch our show together. We cuddle. We have our weekly date nights. I like to send cute texts during the day. Greg used to be good at that, but lately he has not been. Right? Like, I love you. I can't wait to record later. How's your day going? That kind of thing. Sending cute pics, updates. It depends. Like we go through seasons where we're really, really busy and it gets harder. But I do feel like we're pretty consistent with our evenings. And then on the weekend, we are really intentional to spend time together. Like we make plans to go on walks or go to dinner. And then when we travel, like in Jackson Hole, we were together the whole time. And we make these little intentional trips where we're like, okay, let's go on hikes, let's go to dinner. We're going to Europe. We have, we're going with friends, but we have a few days where it's just us two. What would you say?
A good chunk of either Saturday or Sunday is generally dedicated to us. Nothing I would add. You checked everything off.
Yeah.
That's the name of the game.
But like there's ebbs and flows, like there's weeks where I feel like we're better at it. Like this week I really haven't seen you.
Yeah, there's about to be 2 weeks together on a trip, like that week leading up to it, we're a little MIA. I think that's okay.
No, I want them to know the realness of it. But I do feel like it's not like you're at work till 8 and I don't see you. Like you come home, we have dinner, we go to bed together, we like chat or catch up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, Mari. Louise here from Copenhagen in Denmark. Just wanted to say I really enjoy listening to your podcast. Please don't ever stop. A question for you guys is, do you ever get on each other's nerves? And if so, how and with what? Have a nice day. Bye.
Oh my God, she's so cute. She sounded like Alexandra, my dad's wife.
Copenhagen's badass.
Do I ever get on your nerves? How and why? You go first.
I don't have a big thing that Mari does that gets on my nerves. That said, she does stupid little shit all the time. That's just like, I don't even know what to say to you right now. So.
Like what?
You're on your way to a workout, on your way to the barn, on your way to an appointment. Should I cancel this? Should I even go to this? Or like, we'll like literally be like taking steak out to cook for dinner. Should we even have steak? Just like last second questioning of like something that's like so explicitly in your calendar, like, a commitment.
I actually have a reason for that. I actually have diagnosis.
This is why I can't even bring things up. Actually, this is what bothers me. If I bring something up that's just like annoying in society, I have a diagnosis for that. So thanks so much for bringing it up.
Well, my therapist says I do have very obsessive tendencies. Yeah. I actually did a brain scan with Dr. Amen, and we could see that my frontal lobe was incredibly active. He said borderline the most active he's ever seen, which would indicate that I'm highly intelligent, which we already know. But what that indicates is that I have very obsessive thinking and OCD tendencies. And there's an OCD diagnosis that's like, well, not diagnosis, there's a sector of OCD that's about responsibility OCD, and you don't ever want to be responsible for the wrong thing. So I don't want you to be upset with the outcome. So I don't want to necessarily be responsible for the plan because I don't want you to not like it and me feel responsible. And then I have some indecisiveness about doing the wrong thing because I'm like obsessed with it being the right thing. Does that make sense?
2 days ago, Mari lost my car keys.
Yeah, I did.
That was a good one because Mari like had to take ownership of it.
I said sorry.
Yeah, you did. I was impressed.
Guys, I went and got gas, which is like a big fear of mine. And
fair.
I left the keys, Greg's keys. And by the way, I borrowed his truck for a special occasion. Like,
also, to be fair, in LA, getting gas is scary.
Well, as a woman, the gas station is a very vulnerable place. And I've just had multiple things happen to me at gas stations where it's like, of course, I'm scared of them.
Like in LA, I would try to gas up your car for you.
Yeah, a lot of women.
I don't want to go to an LA gas station. It's crazy.
A lot of women are afraid of getting gas, I feel. But I put the car keys on the trunk with my wallet, with my credit card, and I was FaceTiming Greg because I was nervous, and I drove away with the keys and the wallet on the trunk without realizing. Somehow drove 1 hour and my wallet and credit card was still on the trunk, but the keys were nowhere to be found.
Getting gas is kind of like the most vulnerable situation you could put yourself in.
Yeah, because you're stuck.
Yeah, you're stuck.
Yeah.
You don't even like know what to do, and you're like, do I like let it finish filling up, or like you could quickly try to stop?
No, I know girls who will like not finish the tank because they just feel scared.
Yeah, getting gas is scary.
Well, not for you.
Well, it's vulnerable. I guess it's not scary for me, but like obviously it is a vulnerable state.
Yeah. Support for today's episode comes from Honeylove. Honeylove has revolutionized the wireless bra game. Their bras features supportive bonding that eliminates the need for uncomfortable wires and unnecessary bulk. I am someone who needs to be wearing a comfortable bra when I go about my day, and I absolutely love Honeylove. You deserve a bra that's lightweight, comfortable, without sacrificing support. Embrace freedom, flexibility, and comfort with Honeylove's wire-free bras. Plus, they're made out of fabric that's so soft you'll forget you're wearing it. For the more relaxed lounge bra, I highly recommend their V-Bra. It offers the support of a traditional bra, but without the underwire. It's designed to lift, separate with molded cups, and it's not like a shelf bra, so you won't get that uni boob effect. Honeylove's bras are designed with back smoothing fabric to prevent bra bulge. Honeylove is not just supporting women, it's empowering women. Treat yourself to the best bras on the market and save 20% off at honeylove.com/pow. Use our exclusive link to get 20% off, honeylove.com/pow, to find your perfect fit. After you purchase, they ask you where you heard about them. Please support the show and tell them we sent you. Elevate your comfort, elevate your style with bras that empower your lifestyle of flexibility. As you guys know, Greg and I are a healthy household. We really are careful with the groceries we bring in the house, but sometimes it can be so overwhelming when you go to a regular grocery store, and that's why we started using Thrive Market about 3 years ago. It has been such a fantastic tool. I love the fact that you can select the diet items you're going for, whether you're paleo, vegan, whatever it may be, keto. That used to be very useful for me. They also have baby sections, snacks, and so much more. It has made grocery shopping so much easier and stress-free, and it can really be tailored to your family's needs and routine. They have over 90 plus ways to filter your grocery aisles: low sugar, high protein, kids snacks, nut-free, etc. You save so much time and can find exactly what you're looking for, and it's all delivered right to your doorstep. I personally love the Primal Kitchen condiments, the avocado mayo, the sugar-free ketchup, the mustard. I also really love the miso paste by Thrive Market. I used it the other day on my favorite salmon and it was absolutely delicious. I feel like they have all the niche items I always look for in the grocery store. Thrive Market has the highest standards in the industry, only allowing trusted, top quality ingredients while restricting 1,000 plus harmful ingredients like artificial flavors, high fructose corn syrup, GMOs, and more. Whether you're looking for organic kids snacks, dye-free alternatives, or high protein essentials, they have what you and your entire family are looking for with just one click of a button. Save time and money by getting it all in one place with Thrive Market. Go to thrivemarket.com/pursuit of wellness for 30% off your first order, plus a free $60 gift. That's Thrive, THRIVE market.com/pursuit of wellness. So like, you've kind of been on my nerves this last week a little bit. You just sort of like neglected me. You just were like MIA. I think the biggest thing I get annoyed with Greg is he is like very busy and sometimes sort of disappears. And then when he comes home, like when you don't give me eye contact or you're distracted because of your ADHD, that annoys me. But I know you can't help it really. And that's also just like how you are. Like you could be listening to me, but your eyes are going like this.
Yeah, I don't think that's true. I think, well, no, your feelings are true. But I think that I come home, let's say I want to wash my hands because I just, walked in the door and you want my undivided attention. And by undivided, I mean not even wash my hands in front of her in the kitchen sink. That's like a pretty reasonable thing for me to do. Right? But you're offended that you're not having undivided eye contact the second that I
have another one.
Oh, sure. What's next?
How you blast rap music throughout the house. That's
fair.
Annoying.
That's fair.
That is annoying. Like 7 a.m.
That is fair.
Just like aggressive rap music.
Yeah. Honestly, most of it stems from I don't like to wear AirPods. You get what I'm saying?
That's not my problem.
So I just play it on the speaker on my phone.
Not all of us want to listen to rap.
No, that's not.
And when we have a baby in the house, you absolutely are not blasting rap music. You can blast Beethoven.
Specific rap songs.
No rap songs. Or ones about female empowerment.
Those are great.
Next question.
Hi, Mari and Greg. I love your guys' relationship and how grounded you are in staying true to yourself. I recently saw all of your pictures at Jackson Hole, and I loved listening to how that helped strengthen your relationship. I was wondering if there's certain actions or things that you guys do in your relationship to really feel connected away from social media and kind of ground yourself in your relationship and keep your goals and aspirations for growing together. Is there any kind of practice, mindfulness, or anything that you guys do to be able to do that? Thank you.
Cute. Okay. Do you want to go first or me?
Number one, I think I've said it on PAL before, G7X.
You're going to credit our whole relationship to the G7X.
No, she said, what are things that you do?
Okay, so yeah, like when we go out and about, instead of using the iPhone, we use the G7X.
Yeah.
So we're not on the phone. That's a small example. I think bigger picture, we do not overexpose our relationship. I think that's a big thing. And I know that's a little niche because of the position I'm in.
You realize you're doing a podcast episode right now about our relationship.
Yeah, but I don't post us kissing or crying or like we got in a fight. Like
I wouldn't like that.
No, I wouldn't either.
I would do anything that you felt like, you wanted us to do, but that would make me uncomfortable.
It would make me uncomfortable as well. I feel like we keep a lot of our relationship pretty sacred. I also think going outside is a big thing for us. Like ever since we've met, we like hiking and traveling together. We're very
It's kind of like why we can't live somewhere that regularly rains or has, inclement weather. Is that the right word? Inclement. We need to be outside. Like we kind of get, if we're in the house on the couch, like we go on our phones, we go on our laptops, we're like, getting all this stimulation from technology. We tend to like go to a coffee shop, go on a walk, some basic, around town errands maybe together, but like we're moving, we're on the go, like we're getting stimulated just because we're both so ADHD. So if we are home, tends to be where we treat each other the worst, I would say, or we just are more likely to not prioritize each other, is maybe better said. You don't think that's true?
I wouldn't say treat each other the worst. I think it's easy to get sucked into like work and routine.
Yes.
I wouldn't say we're both ADHD. I think we're both a little obsessive in nature. So we kind of need to put ourselves like in nature, meaning like who we are. I think getting outside of that, Jackson Hole was really good for us.
Yeah, because it was sunny all the time. We just went outside every extra minute that we had.
Yeah, and we like contained our work time between certain hours. Like we had more time together. We went hiking. We did things that we used to love at the beginning of our relationship, regardless of how much our life has changed. We kind of always go back to that. And also, I feel like we hold each other to a high standard. So like if we're out to dinner together and one person takes out the phone, it's like, no, we're not doing that. Like we call each other out.
Yeah, because we saw it coming early on. Like, the iPhone was a huge part of our life or an important tool for our career since day one of us being together. So like we kind of had to draw strict and still enforce strict boundaries around it and hold each other accountable for those boundaries at the dinner table in the house. So if we're at the dinner table, it's pretty rare that a phone would come out. Even if we were like, oh, let's look up how long that drive is tomorrow and we want to pull up Google Maps really quick, like we'll pretty much wait to pull up that iPhone. Because the reality is you pull up that iPhone, you're going to have 15 notifications. Like that's at least what our iPhones look like. So it's tough to just go do that thing or check what's in your calendar the next day. So we have a pretty strict, mutually enforced, held accountable, whatever boundary around the iPhone.
Hey, Mari and Greg, this is Dana. Just want to say how much I love you both. Thank you for doing podcasts together. I am wondering how you can support your significant other if they don't really have the drive you do, but you are worried about their health and wellness. I'm a very healthy person and my husband just doesn't have that passion as I do. And I want to, care about his health and also the health of our children. And I'm trying to show by example, but he just doesn't seem to catch on. So I'm just curious of any tips that you would have for supporting your spouse when they don't really see eye to eye on your wellness. Thanks.
I think you got to choose a priority. There's members of my family where that's a big the exact same issue exists. I think the number one thing would just be like try to get that person to move every day, right? So whether that's a morning or evening walk, playing a sport together, maybe it's even golf and walking the whole golf course. I don't think that there needs to be like this 10 out of 10 fitness lifestyle for everyone out there. I mean, shit, like people live to 100 all the time that don't live that way.
Yeah, I feel like do what you can, keep doing your thing. Sometimes it takes a reality check for someone to realize, I don't know if you cook for him or like you eat meals together, but showing him that eating healthy can be fun and come on a walk with me, making it easy, not making it too intimidating. I think it's really easy to expect people to kind of meet us where they're at, even if they're in a different place. So baby steps and do the best you can, but also don't put too much pressure on yourself because at the end of the day, people have to make their own decisions.
Hi guys, thank you for answering my question. I was going to ask about finances as a couple. How did you guys manage your finances pre-marriage, like when you were just in a relationship? And how do you manage them now as you're married? Has it changed? Just curious to learn about what's worked for you guys because you're obviously very successful, happy together, and I just need to know the answer. Thank you so much.
Well, since I'm the sugar mommy, I'll answer.
Good point.
Since my net worth is significantly higher than yours, I'll answer this.
Mari and I, we have always shared a bank account, have always shared the businesses, as an even split. So all income goes into a bank account that's shared. All assets are owned.
When did we start sharing a bank account?
The day we opened Mari Fitness, I guess.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't recommend other people do that necessarily. I think we were like a unique situation.
I think we just didn't know what we were doing. We just didn't really think any other way to go about it. Like we were so like
clueless,
but like naive to it, to the point where we were just like, we're teammates, of course, that's how it'll be. Like we share all of this. Also, like we weren't like trying to necessarily like personally spend it on like.
No, we put it all back in the business.
We were just like so on the same page about like anything related to career goals and financials. The weird thing about our financials is that they were being used to grow the businesses. So
yeah. But from my end, I feel like, and I've said this openly, but I rely a lot on Greg to handle our finances. It's not something that comes easily to me. It's not my forte. I feel like it comes a bit more easily for you and you're just a bit more knowledgeable on it. And yes, like I have things in place where I'm going to be fine no matter what happens. And we have a team now, but I do like lean on you for that area of our life. I don't like numbers, you know that.
Yeah, but you're filled in. You have access to everything, obviously.
Of course. Yeah. But I'm saying like.
I steer the ship generally speaking, super generally speaking, in terms of like.
Like, I don't know how much money is in our bank account. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I just say, hey, can I get a horse? You go, no. Okay. This is horrible advice.
Yeah, we're not the greatest example. Like, actually, I would say if one of our weaknesses is like our personal financial management and just like understanding of it, but
we have a team now.
Yeah, we do. I think.
But that's very recent since the transaction.
It's funny. It's like, what is the right answer? Like, is the goal to be that person who like so carefully manages their money and saves? Like, I don't know if that's even what we really want for each other. Like, I think we want to enjoy having money and we like buying nice things or spending and having fun with it. But it's weird because like you meet someone who saves really well and you're like, you get like, I guess, a jealous feeling. I'm like, damn, I wish I had some of those, some of those personality traits, some of those traits.
I know. Neither of us.
So when I see someone like that who's like super frugal and just like stacking it up and like has enough in their bank account by 30 years old to live the rest of their life just with that bank account, I'm like, I need a sprinkle of that in my life.
But here's the thing, like your parents are like that.
But the only reason I feel like that way is because of, the toxic trait of comparison, right?
Right. And I feel like although maybe we're not the best savers and we're not very conservative, quote unquote, we have set our finances up so that we're okay. Like we have SEP accounts, we have, is that what I mean?
Retirement stuff.
Retirement things in place.
You're
like,
right. You know what you're talking about. Yeah.
We're going to be fine. And we made sure of that. And we outsourced that to people who do know what's going on. Like, thank God your mom is an accountant. We have, you know, our team at Crescent who sits with us for hours and explains our portfolio to us. You know, I will be the first one to say, like, I don't consider myself particularly financially literate. I struggle with it, but I ask questions.
Yeah.
Like if I don't understand something, I say, hey, explain that to me. And I'm not afraid to sound stupid. I just ask. It's just not my specialty. I'm good at other things. And although we're not conservative, we have things in place to make sure we're good. And we also just work really hard.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, the reality is generally our answer to financial health has always been like, let's just work harder.
Yeah.
And then we can go buy that thing. It hasn't been, let's save up.
I also just think you love working.
And I love spending. It's why I'm a really good CEO. Like Bloom is really good at spending money on marketing, on influencers, on, you know, activations.
You're not like afraid.
Look at this podcast studio. Like we just built this because we were like this, you build dope things and dope things happen. Like that's kind of always been the mantra. I don't know how long we could keep that up, how sustainable that is, but like so far that's always worked out for us. Do I think that we could be way better at our saving? Yeah, I do. But what makes us good business people, it happens to be a strength for us in our business. So it's a tough one to choose how you would change that trait about yourself.
That's why it's a good idea for me to get a rodeo horse, because it could compete for money.
My name is Jess, and I have a question for Greg. So when Mari was going through some of her emotional struggles, you know, the borderline personality disorder, and really just at her, maybe considered her worst, how did you handle her emotions? Was it frustrating for you? Was it easy to be sympathetic? Or was it really hard for y'all to understand one another during those times? And how did y'all work through that?
I think like there's nothing logical or like rational about what's going on in somebody's mind when they're going through that. So if you're trying to come to the situation and help it through bringing rationale or logic, like that's not the answer that they're looking for. And so for a while I tried to, and this is just like my family's nature, is you come to a panicked scenario with the first solution that comes to your mind, or a solution type of problem solving mindset, which sounds logical when I say it out loud. Even right now, it's like, why wouldn't you come with solutions? But like all you really needed was comfort and support, and just like the feeling of support around you for, I mean, as well, you know, we could call it years of us knowing each other. Was there times where like, did I have a feeling of frustration? Of course. I was probably just more annoyed at the situation. I don't think I was ever annoyed at you. But it's definitely a marathon, not a sprint. There's not like some cure. Like I remember constantly trying to come up with like, we would try new supplements or like random shit I would see at Whole Foods or literally Whole Foods that we would just like, ginger makes you happy, babe. Let's go have ginger. Like, or, you know, you're doing ice baths and saunas because they're being compared to antidepressants and you're trying to like come up with these solutions. And then the craziest thing is like sometimes the placebo is so hard. I remember when CBD came into the market. We're like, babe, CBD, antidepressant, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Alternative.
Yeah.
Let's try this. And we were like, you're still sad. What's going on? Like it's been 2 weeks. Like, so I don't, you know, I think marathon, not a sprint. And, you know, we're talking potentially years, of course.
Yeah, it's kind of sad to think about like everything we tried, you know, like I'm just so far from that now. Like, I'm thinking about like me locking myself in the bathroom and slamming doors and like all the, you know, it's just weird for me to think about because I feel like I don't do that anymore. And like we would come up with all these crazy things to try to make it better because it was like a very, very painful thing for me. It was really excruciating.
Yeah.
And on the other end, it's really excruciating to feel misunderstood by your partner, but like you can't expect them to get it because it's a reality that exists in your mind. And Greg could obviously never understand what I was experiencing, but it's like the feeling of it was so frustrating. Like, please just like understand what I'm going through because it's so painful to experience it by myself. But like he was pretty involved, not involved, but I definitely like did my own therapy and my own internal work, and it took a long time. But like a lot of the healing was on me. Like there really wasn't much you could have done. I think the best thing you did for me was like when I was having freakouts or panics, like bringing me ice and reminding me like there's better solutions than cutting and stuff like that. And also just seeing how much it upset you helped me understand like, oh, this isn't really a normal response.
Yeah, and like, how is therapy today? Like, oh, that's awesome that you had a therapy call today.
Yeah.
That's the, drive you to therapy. I was never in a therapy session with you.
Yeah, you drove me to group therapy.
Try to give you like, the reality is these therapists and psychologists, whatever, they're just one person and they're just I assume they're trying to make the best decision they can make, but like you should probably bounce their suggestion off of somebody that you trust. And sometimes Mari would have a suggestion. I'd be like, generally I would try to lean into it and hey, that's an expert, but sometimes it's like, that's a super shitty idea. Seriously, right? So
yeah,
just being someone that they could bounce solutions off of.
Yeah.
And being a safe place for that. Because they're weird fucking ideas. Like if the person's like, hey, instead of doing this, try this, or I don't know.
I feel like at one point I was looking at going to live at this BPD place.
Absolutely.
Remember? And you were like, I don't know.
That was as soon as California.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is, since the beginning of COVID. Like that's very recent if you really think about it.
Crazy. And now I don't even meet the criteria.
That is crazy to think about. Wow. That was not that long ago. Oh my God. Fantastic. That's so cool that exists. We happen to move to a zip code that happened to have the best live-in facility for people with borderline personality disorder.
Yeah.
And it was like the only place in the country. And we happened to move to that zip code.
I totally would have checked myself in there just a couple years prior. I needed that. But I don't think I needed it when we were at that point.
I forget what was going on where we felt like we were close, but yeah.
Yeah. I still struggled.
We inquired.
Yes, I did inquire. I struggled really badly being alone still.
I think we asked if they had the option to not live there, but to like go participate.
Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go participate.
It was still a big part of my life.
But I don't think that was an option. It was live-in only. It was like a, what do you call it when you're, coming off of drugs or whatever?
Rehab?
Rehab. It was like a rehab. Some Hollywood rehab shit. Yeah.
Hi, Greg and Mari. It's Fee. How fun is this? I wanted to send a question for you guys. So, what are some maybe like non-traditional ways that you guys would say you support one another or show up for one another? I'd love to hear it. Thanks.
That girl sounds happy. Non-traditional ways? We kind of have a non-traditional life. I make you sourdough bread. I feel like you like that.
I feel like that's as traditional as it gets.
Yeah, you're right.
That's the origins of support right there.
I
Make
know
your husband
sourdough. I know one.
What?
I don't know if this is support, but I know that you love how close I am with your mom.
That brings me an outrageous amount of comfort, especially if I don't have the time to call my mom, which breaks my heart all the time. Sorry, Mom.
She definitely is listening.
Yeah. Oh, my son, that doesn't exist. Thank you for calling me.
But it's not like I call her for you.
Of course.
I like talking to her. Like I want to call her. I love having a relationship with her. But like I know family is very important to you and me. So like that makes you happy. Yeah, I feel like figuring out each other's like things that we like,
Values.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like you riding horses with me.
Yeah.
Or talking about horses with me.
Or like you want to start socializing more. And I'm trying to participate. Things like that. Shout out to our new friends. You know how I am.
Yeah, whenever they're like, why didn't Greg come? I'll be like, oh, he didn't want to.
And then I'll go out like the next night and they're like they're acting like I,
they're like,
haven't been out in months.
Greg, what's up? Like, yeah, it's nice that people are getting, like, that's just how you are. It's not like you don't like people.
It's not that I'm too busy. Like, I want to go hang out with Arnold on the couch or like walk the dog for an hour and then just call it a night. Like, I'm not an extrovert.
What about Lulu? Do you neglect Lulu? Did you rehouse her?
Oh, do they know about this?
Of course they know.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's like my number one hate comment. Where's Lulu?
That's crazy. No, Lulu's thriving. Lulu's doing better than any of us. She's with my mama.
We just got a photo of her looking like a beached whale.
Yeah, seal.
Seal, sorry.
How dare you?
They're really gonna feed into that.
Yeah.
That's gonna get clipped.
Yeah.
Mari calling her dog fat. I decided I'm gonna do a day in a life vlog of her just to prove to people how good her life is.
You know, one of our original.
First thing first, I wake up at 6 a.m. with my daddy. Then I go into work.
She'll be back next month. We're very excited to have a full house.
She'll be back in a couple weeks.
The reality is we are no longer working out of Bloom's headquarters here in Austin.
She can't come to
We're
work.
working out of a Nutrabolt headquarters, which is like that pre-workout called C4. They've welcomed us in. So I don't know if I want to impose and pretend this headquarters is pet friendly.
She would be a good dog though to bring.
She would. I could say I need it.
She just needs a bed
She doesn't need a bed.
and this place.
All right, team. I got to wrap. It's Friday. We travel tomorrow. This was a huge treat. Thank you for having me. Congrats on the new studio.
Thanks, babe. Thanks for joining us on the Pursuit of Wellness podcast. To support this show, please rate and review and share with your loved ones. If you want to be reminded of new episodes, click the subscribe button on your preferred podcast or video player. You can sign up for my newsletter to receive my favorites at marilewellyn.com. It will be linked in the show notes. This is a Wellness Loud production produced by Drake Peterson, Fiona Attucks, and Kelly Kyle. This show is edited by Mike Fry, and our video is recorded by Luis Vargas. You can also watch the full video of each episode on our YouTube channel at Mari Fitness. Love you, Power Girls and Power Boys. See you next time. The content of this show is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not a substitute for individual medical and mental health advice and does not constitute a provider-patient relationship. As always, talk to your doctor or health team.